So BCAAs versus EAAs, I only use branched-chain amino acids with low protein eaters, plant-based eaters, and endurance athletes. Why is the main amino acid leucine? That seems to be the one amino acid that triggers what's called muscle protein synthesis, which is the whole point of why we eat protein. If you eat low protein, you need on average around 3 grams of leucine to trigger that response with every meal. On average, in a complete protein source, for every 10 grams of protein, there's 1 gram of leucine, i.e. we want 30 grams minimum. If somebody's not getting that, you could add, like half a scoop of BCAAs to a 15 gram protein meal. It'll get that leucine threshold to trigger that response. Because it's like having all the amino acids is having like the bricks, but the leucine itself is telling the brick workers to work. But if you don't have the building blocks, it can't do much. Why it works for plant-based eaters is plant protein is notoriously low in leucine. So like with plant-based protein, to get 3 full grams of leucine, they have to consume like more calories total because they have to do like 2 servings versus 1 serving of say a whey. Endurance athletes, BCAAs work well because BCAAs, or leucine in particular, binds to serotonin receptors in the brain, which blunts fatigue. So unless you're not in those 3 positions, which you're not, I think EAAs are better because it's branched-chain amino acids plus all the other amino acids your body can't make. So it's triggering muscle protein as well as giving yourself the building blocks. And it'll probably reduce soreness more. So I do like EAAs. Like I do it like intra-workout, but you can do it before workout. You could do it post. But if you do like the taurine, the EAAs, and the electrolyte pre-workout, I think you would notice a difference. Now, obviously, if you're eating right before you train, you don't need to because it takes like 8 to 10 hours for like a steak to actually break down. So you have amino acids in your bloodstream, but they can reduce soreness. Does that make sense? Yep. So once you finish your BCAAs, switch to EAAs. Okay. The research is pretty clear. Yeah. But BCAAs like started the whole research thing. Yep.
So do you recommend taking it before, during, or after?
So I do during, but remember, I could tell you what I ate like 3 weeks ago. Most people, if they don't have their diet in check, I'm like, you can, but I'd rather focus on whole food. So how long do you eat before you train?
Usually about 4 hours.
Okay, so then it would make sense for you because you want to have that spice. You can do it before or during.
Yeah.
So that makes sense. If you're eating an hour before, you have plenty going on.
Okay.
Yep. So for you, 100%, I would either do before or during.
Okay.
Some people, it'll upset their stomachs. They'll play around with it. But yeah.
Okay.
And then you only need like 8 to 10 grams of EAAs to trigger that response total. And so most companies sell it in 8 to 10 grams per serving, and usually 1 is plenty to do the job. So for you, that makes perfect sense because you have that big delay.
Okay.
And that with the taurine, you should notice less soreness without muscle building, and then it just might help a little bit of energy, but yeah, you should notice a difference.